Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and in this one we have a Platinum Graves and a Platinum Lee Sin. Now this Graves is the subject of a main channel video talking about how you can go from Silver to Platinum in less than 30 days. Well, technically it's 11 days in that video, spoiler alert, but go watch it, really good stuff. This is the same jungler now. So once he's finished his climb from Silver to Platinum, he went back to school, he's been quite busy, so our goal was, in the long-term coaching and obviously course access and things like this, was stabilize him. Because when you have such a quick streak, basically you go from any rank to any rank in 11 days and you jump like 1,000, 2,000 LP, very rarely do you stay there because you've got a lucky streak, something was connecting in your brain, and then you free fall again. And then you climb again, and then you fall again, and you just climb a little bit higher each time. But he has been stable in Platinum the entire time. He's gone up to P2, P4, P3, P4, and he keeps going back and forth in those ranks while he's stabilizing. But the growth is insane, and I'm going to show you the kind of growth we're looking to have if you've played Silver and Gold, now you're Platinum, and you kind of want to measure where should I be as a Platinum jungler if I'm ready to make that step up to Emerald. This game will show you exactly the kind of good habits I want him to reinforce, and I want all of you to reinforce as well. So, we do have red side quadrant. We could look for a gank here. Obviously, that would be a good idea for us to do generally, and he has been doing that, but we also talk a lot about, where's the guaranteed econ? Should we full sequence? Lee Sin is now invading our blue. So, from our perspective, we don't see this. And this is why I like this kind of stuff, not only from the Lee Sin, but also from our Grace friend. Because our Grace friend does this kind of stuff, except what he likes to do, red, Krugs, Raptors, invade on the red, do the killings, and then take some Krugs, and then take, the Raptors. Don't do the blue side, go back to base, and then cut them off and prevent their counter jungling of his second respawn camps, okay? And that's a big thing to do, because you just leave your blue side up, and you just don't take it. Season 9 strategy, right? Really, really useful though. And if you want to understand how to apply these champions and information to your own game, I have a free jungle improvement resource as well as a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching VOD libraries that has weekly free video content seen nowhere else, as well as Q&As and patch note rundowns, as well as a private jungle Discord. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's converting junglers to gold, to emerald, to diamond, to master plus. If you want to climb faster than anyone you know, jungle div every game you play, click the link below or head to virkayu.gg. So the Lee Sin says, okay, look, I know the Graves is going to do those things. Maybe he could invade me. Maybe he could gank my mid lane. So why don't I just invade him? Now, when you are the Graves, you don't expect this. So typically you don't always ward, but I like against Kindreds and Jarvans and anyone else like that, I do like to leave wards early just so I know, hey, they're taking my stuff and I can play around it, especially as Graves, right? What this means though, when you get here, you see there's no flinching. This is what I like here about his growth. There's no flinching. Okay, Lee Sin stole my blue. All right, so if he gets leashed here and does my blue, he could be in the area. Well, I don't really care that he's taking my blue, because where's the Lee Sin gonna be now? Guys, think about it. Took my blue. Did he go red-blue? Was it warded at all? Did I see anything? Did he do red? Raptors Krugs blue? No, that would be too... You would have too much of a time delay to do that, right? So you keep adding up in your mind while you're doing Grub, where could he possibly be next? I would logically assume the guy's going back to his Raptors to the top side. In this case, that is what he's doing. We see it on the map, so a little bit of a spoiler alert, but he could also say, ha ha ha, I know that the Graves is going to be coming on down here. Maybe I should trap and set up for a counter gank. But then what if the Graves doesn't show up if you're Lee Sin? What if the Graves just goes mid lane, ganks, and invades your top blue side thinking you're there and you're bottom lane? You lose so much. So these invades I don't like when they're done like this. Graves says, I don't really care that my blue was stolen. It is what it is. It was lost. I'll just gank the bottom lane. It's pushed up here. I'm going to use a Q against the wall to zone him up. Force a heal, auto attack there. A little bit of a weird E, but that's absolutely fine. Keep your spacing. Nice root. And another kill. Red buff tick. Thank you so much. Help them shove out here. Get the deny, I think, is huge. And of course, Lee Sin is now on the top side here. So, but Virkayu, you just said that the Graves invaded. Yes, the Graves invaded by going red, Krugs, Raptors, controlling this quadrant, knowing that they started here going up, and then cut in to intercede, kill, take, and now could either fall back to this as necessary, or could go back to base and defend counter jungling, or just counter gank, right? It's all about the control. If you go red, Krugs, blue, and the guy's sequencing down, now what? What if he doesn't gank? What if this isn't gankable? You want your Raptors, right? What about your blue side? What if he saw you and he come back to your blue? Like, there's too many coin flip scenarios. So you've got to think about how you want to invade as well, and how you want to leverage that opportunity. So I do think we should have shoved bottom lane just for some extra, proximal experience for us, but also just to help the deny, because they'll be up, right? Lower decimal timers. We finish this, we can go back to base. There's a fight on the top lane. Lee Sin shows up. We press tab. 21 CS. That's pretty easy for us, okay? 20 CS is basically the red side quadrant, plus this 116, plus a Scuttle Crab. He still has the blue buff, but you click the blue buff, yes? When you see him top lane, this is very important, you click the blue buff and you go and hover, you see, you look at the time, it's really damn small on your screen, but in-game, it's on the top left, it's pretty big, and it has a timer like this that shows you when it's finishing. If he had just done his own blue, this would be pretty fresh, right? If he has done my blue, then it should be almost finished, which of course, as you can see, it is. So all Graves has to do is watch this, left click him as he's walking away, look on the top left, say, that's my blue, so you're going down to your blue. If you were in doubt. Like, we know that's our blue anyway, but if you were in doubt at all, right? So we know he's going back to this particular situation. We're okay with that. No stress, man. No stress whatsoever. We go Krugs. We look top lane. Can we do something about top lane? I think there's definitely a thing here that we are working on still is, okay, I lost my blue. Don't care. Just gank them. Go back to base. Cool. I've serrated Dirk. I've got a dagger. I'm happy. But the enemy top laner didn't go back to base yet and spent her gold. So she's sitting on 1,000 and she's staying to fight the Aatrox. Why would I spend my time doing Krugs, right? Like, look at this and say, okay, I'm doing my Krugs quickly. I have Smite and Dragon. Smite and Dragon, let's go. Because if the Lee Sin does stay in Shadow, which he won't be doing anyway, you kill him because you have such a big item advantage and your Graves, yeah? So basically here, always look, if you're sequencing jungle, you've done a full clear, you've done a gank, you got a scuttle, and there's no counter jungling for you to do, and you can't gank mid lane, and you have to base. Now you come here. Can I gank or do something before I do the Krugs? Now, usually that isn't going to be the case, you know, but it could be, so try and use it. We do at level 5, right? So in this case, we're nowhere near level 5, because it was quite a relaxed early phase. We didn't stay out too long. We're nowhere near level 5. We need the Raptor camp that's going to spawn down here. You're waiting for the Aatrox. She's still shoving. Maybe she's going to go back to base. But you watch it as you're kiting up the Raptor, the Krugs here. Use your Smite. Move to the left. Because you know Lee Sin did this, plus this, plus this, 20 CS before we get the 1 CS here in the top lane kill. You know he has to fall back to these camps. If he wants to sit here, I'll beat him. He has to go back to his econ. So we can easily do the Krugs, kill her. Now, in theory, you could also auto-shove this one for extra denial, but most likely you just leave him in the lane and you go down to your Raptors now. You keep your eyes in mid lane. Lee Sin's going to finish this off and go back to base. And now you're going to be in the bottom side. He's going to be in the bottom side. But you have higher experience and gold per minute at this point in time. So we don't go for this. Missed opportunity, 100%. Lee Sin now has the opportunity himself to do something about it. He won't. We decide, look, let's go and gank mid lane here. Yone uses that E, which means all we have to do is smoke screen that sucker, forces flash out, because if he doesn't, he would have got the ricochet on the Q. We flash the wall and just stick it to him. Hello, there we go. All we need to do is just absolutely relaxed auto attacks. We have E auto here, so it's Yone, but we'll get him, no stress. Now, we could go back to base, but wait, with 3-0-0, I've got my Wolves up, my Grump up. I know Lee Sin 99% should go back to base, but there is a school of thought where he stays out. We'll have a look here, maybe we see that. Shadowing, going back to base, but we don't know. We don't know. From Grace's perspective, we don't know. So we decide to ensure that he cannot counter jungle our camps. We'll just make sure we take these away. It's unlikely he's ever going to do it, but I always like to maintain control of my jungle first and foremost. We see this pushing as well. So Lee Sin should come down to the bottom side, either buying or not buying. We look at it, we're like, huh, can I do Dragon here? Akali's in base. Why don't I go around the vision that I've seen? Have they ever picked up control wards? You know, this is tough, but in-game, whenever someone dies by your hand, or goes back to base or whatever, and you're busy doing Krugs and Raptors, and they show up again, you press tab, okay, they've got a control ward. Next time you press tab, there's no control ward. Sussy. You know they're warded. A lot of the times they will ward it before they show, so you don't actually know, but I mean, most of the time this push is warded. Can we just full commit? Heimer's out of mana. Lee Sin is trailing, did go back to base, went for the wrong sequencing direction. Heimerdinger has nothing, so we can hit that smoke screen. That's almost a decent Q. And of course, we avoid that dash, that Q from the Lee Sin with a side swoop of our E. Now we can just chase him down, front to back. Here we go. Getting that E cooldown from auto attacks up as high as possible. Can we go back in here? We've got a lot of time on our W, unfortunately. Q is available, but we're not in range. We need to keep autoing to keep our... yeah, we should be able to get another one. Drag back. Drag back. Nice. Watching mid lane the whole time. Great, great jungling so far. 4-0-0. No risks. Lower risks, right? So yes, you can invade like the Lee Sin, but you gotta understand what the fallback position is and what opportunities are you creating for the enemy jungler. And a Platinum, if you don't think about these things and track like the Graves does, you're gonna lose out. Now, if he wants to be more Emerald and Diamond level, killing the Fiora here, taking this and doing the exact same thing he did afterwards, gives him 5-0-0, wins the top lane as well, or saves the top lane at least, is better, right? So now we want to fall back to Dragon in theory. But obviously, we've got a lot of things to ask ourselves here. Here's the question of the day. The Lee Sin just died. Alright, if you press tab and you track his CS, you kind of know what he's doing. Okay, look, he did his Raptors, he did this, he's done his Raptors here when he showed up. His Krugs are available here at level 4, so, right, he did red, Krugs, blue, because the first 2 camps you do after the buff, so if you do red, Raptors, Krugs, or red, Krugs, Raptors, or you do blue, Gromp, Wolves, right, those Wolves, those Raptors, those Krugs, the first respawn camps will be level 4. The ones in the second quadrant you touch will be level 5, so we know he hasn't taken them again. In case you didn't know. I mean, you should know, but you have a backup strategy here. With this being done, go take his red too. I feel like we can be aggressive here because we've got our bottom lane. Go over the wall, drag this out, snack it up, go back to base, now go topside and control the Herald. And what you also do there is not only do you take his red away, you get 6 from it. You could get 6 on the wards here though. So you do get 6 on the wards, obviously. Well, we saw that, but I kind of pretended we didn't see it. But I think we could have taken the red. Because they're coming out of base now, you're already dragging it, you're dragging it, you're dragging it. You don't have smite, but I like this little risk here. I think this is nice, because if he doesn't show up and he's going topside, it's free dragon for us. But our bottom lane want to reset, so I don't like coin flipping the dragon here, and I appreciate that he's going back to base. I think that's a really good decision. Because you know the Lee Sin, if he's smart, right? If he's smart, he's going topside to get the scuttle, to get the herald, to take your red. So all you want to do is maybe take his red base and go straight and defend yours. Let's see if that's exactly what happens here. Let's see. He goes straight for the Raptors, not for the red. Obviously, this is a high traffic zone. Good job with the Lee Sin. I like it. I like it. Getting his hands dirty a little bit. Graves is like, what exactly is he doing? Oh, hello, sir. Let me just hold my Q there because I know, obviously, you were going to ward hop. Pay attention to the mid laner, which, of course, we do here. He sagged off, and here's the thing. Half HP. A little bit low. But I haven't been tracking his sums or ult because you're not playing the game, and you're not going to track everybody's sums, but he's not entirely sure exactly what the Yone is doing, so he plays it safe. I know where Lee Sin's going. He's going into the blue side jungle. Can I slide on in? The Lee Sin wards. He plays a control win. I like it. Aggression. Watch the Fiora. Yone is obviously very clearly back in base here. Lee Sin Qs. Fiora isn't rotating at all. Dashing and dashing. Don't think we needed that dash. I think we should have dashed over the wall, gone straight for the Fiora. Lee Sin now is compromised, but I feel like we're comfortable in this 2v2, and I think we should be comfortable in this 2v2 at this particular stage. We chuck out the smoke screen, Lee Sin shadows, as we can probably expect. We have our ult available, which we do miss. We also miss a drawback on the Q, so mechanically we're still working on some things, but this is absolutely fine. This is absolutely great. The play is good, right? Don't misjustify a good play because you had bad mechanics, right? If it's a really great play and you're like, yes, this is perfect, I just misplayed it, do it again. Keep doing it until those mechanics get better. So from this, we can take the Herald. So I think to take that step up to Emerald, we keep up this measured aggression, good tracking, understanding what he's going to do, extrapolating intuition. Like he should go bottom side now 100% to do his red, to do those camps. Maybe he's going to do a dragon. So I can take his whole blue side if I wanted to, or I can reset and defend. Those are my decisions, right? Depends on the bottom lane here. And of course, Lee Sin does, in fact, go over the wall to do this. So maybe it was better just to do the blue side quadrant and counter jungle him. Problem therein is if we do that and waste too much time, maybe he doesn't do the dragon. Maybe he just runs over to my blue side and I lose it. So you got to mesh what you want to accomplish. And sometimes one of those options is the best play and sometimes the other one is. Here, I kind of like keeping up the denial. We're never going to control that dragon whatsoever. But might have just liked the blue and the Gromp at the very least, maybe into this. Could obviously shadow mid lane and stay out a little bit if you wanted to. But we had Noon Quiver in pocket, so this is the new build on the gameplay channel that I spoke about. You go with your Dirk for the fisting early, get yourself a Noon Quiver early if you're going to go farming, and then you keep those two, and you go for all the regular build stuff, Ghostblade into Collector, and then you build the Noon Quiver. So we go for some animation cancelling as best we can, but of course we're under the turret, and we're being chunked over. Go in, do it, yep, just my damage. We have Q up here against the wall, but most likely he's gonna ward hop over. We'll keep chasing him down. We got that Q. Oh, we get stunned by the Donger. And we do have the Herald, though. But, huge wave. Careful there. Caitlyn's coming down. Lee Sin goes back in. There we go. That was smooth. Well done. Beautiful. We hit the W, hit an auto attack, we hit the drawback Q, hit everything. Yone's a question mark again. Is he here? I like the respect. I think it's warded enough that we should be safe, but we don't know. So the respect he's giving the mid lane roams from the Yone, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Love it. Just doesn't go for a high-risk play unnecessarily with 7-0-1. Leaves his base, says, all right, I'm going to go all the way to this RNG scuttle outside of rule, things we've been talking about right now. We're using it more often. That's why we're Platinum. We see the Fiora fighting the Aatrox, so we decide, hey, let's rotate to that and get the kill. We use a smoke screen. Space again. Free auto attack, right. 12 minutes 47, we've got our Herald. Is this the lane we necessarily want to snowball? No, but I'm snowballing myself, not my Aaron, right? Lee Sin should be on the side, so if this isn't a play, go and invade his blue side and kill him, right? We're up 2 levels. Obviously, we should know he's here. I think the Graves is a little bit surprised by this, so lost the tracking here a little bit, but he's up 2 levels, so good plates. Lee Sin's in the wave now, gets level 8. We can, of course, go back to our red side. We watch where he leaves. He's going down to his, doesn't have his blue. So we quickly snack all of this up. And now we can just do Wolves and Grump as well and shadow bot lane. Because we have the Noon Quiver and the Dirk, we can be really, really quick about this. Ult is up again. Here we go. All we need to do is make sure we hit everything. Caitlyn uses her ult. Oh, the spell's an unfortunate miss. When he wasn't sure if he wanted to go for Heimerdinger, he wasn't sure if he wanted to go for the Jhin. Now we know that Yone is missing again. We know that Lee Sin could be sequencing down, could have gone back to base. So we need to make sure we're making the right play here and getting out. But Heimerdinger is kind of a tough cookie in this particular case. Here's the Lee Sin shows up. Here's the Yone shows up. But maybe we can turn it around. At least get something. There we go. We take them apples. This might be our death, though. $1,000 gold shut down. So again, mechanics too quick on the trigger, literally in this particular case. But we have a huge, huge lead. Personally, our team though, if you look at it, 1,000 gold. Only 1,000 cash monies. But you are at 8,000 gold by 50 minutes and Lee Sin is at 5.6. So think about how we spoke about the Udyr vs Warwick, right, in the beginning and in the silver video this week. Or in the beginning of this video if you're watching on the main channel. And now the gold lead is 8,000 to 5,600. It's 2,500 gold, right? It's almost 3,000 gold. That's the difference between your silver, your gold, and your platinum who are really getting good with understanding this kind of stuff. But you can see the mechanics let us down a few times. Sometimes we stop tracking a little bit. But you can see how much better this is. And this is a person who was silver for 9 years, guys. As you saw, 9 years. And he shot up to platinum, not because they changed ranks, because he got better. Right? We worked together, he got better, he put in the effort. He's put in the games. He's intentionally played sets of 5s and done everything we've talked about to get better. And you can see it working. Reps, right? He's just putting in the reps. He's just getting stronger all the time. And that's how you improve. And the fact that he hasn't gone down to silver, okay, or gold even, ever since he reached it, proves this. Months now. Just getting better, rank doesn't matter. Just getting better, getting stronger on Graves, getting more understanding about the jungle, you know, and it's huge. Here we have ult as well. I don't think we need to flash. I think we could have... He's not trusting his ult there. You know? He's not trusting his E and his W and his R and his Q. He's just flashing in for autos to make sure he gets the kill there, which I understand, but you gotta make sure you're hitting those spells, so... 536 in pocket. Ghostblade completed. We'll go for Collector next. We'll go for this RNG, RNG Scuttle, neutral Herald. Now we need to move into his jungle, so less counter jungling this game. I do think there were opportunities to counter jungle, but he's choosing this playstyle of, hey, I'm not letting you take dragons, I'm not letting you take my camps, I'm not letting you play the game, which is another great, strong way to use denial. You know, there's different ways to play the game, different things to look at. That's what we speak about all the time, isn't it, guys? Mid lane here is being shoved in. Lee Sin's on our Raptors here. We'll just snack that away from him. He does not deserve to be remotely close to us in levels, but we are up 2 levels now, but it's a little less than that. Heimerdinger is an issue for us. I feel like if we got a few of those kills mechanically, and you know, maybe kill the Fiora before this Krug camp, a bit more turret damage, a bit more counter jungling opens up, and that's the Emerald Diamond run, right? Like when you start to do that consistently, you know you're going to make it to Emerald, and if you do it in Emerald, you know you will make it to Diamond. Yone, doing a whole bunch of nothing. We keep sequencing down to the Grump, as you will notice. Aatrox has moved on over, so a bit of a missed moment here to maybe just stay with your team, but also that's fine, eh? Cool. There was nothing, so I sequenced, and you guys did work. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these Raptors. Obviously, you have to be very cautious at this stage. We do have Collector up, so we should probably be a little bit safer with our pathing here, as our bottom lane follow us unto hell. Lee Sin is getting trapped where he should not be trapped, but he is being trapped. Herald is activated. Not a good Herald. Not a good day for watching these Heralds be activated. Jhin is showing up. We're just going to go ahead and kill him. Akali. Lee Sin does what he can to try and kill at least one. Jhin shows up here. One order. Look at the damage there. Q drawback. Yone's out of position. So, oh, there you go. That's it. That's a sniper. We like it. Swiss sniper. In this particular case, not American. And he's Swiss, EU West. So activating the Herald, much better. We talked a lot about this with him. Using the Herald, the second Herald in a much better way. Woof. That's why I love this build. We're not even at Collector yet, and just a new curve. Oh, just beautiful, magnifique. I love seeing someone improve like this. It's good to put in the time with someone long term, and you see them putting in the reps and getting so good at smurfing in their elo, and it's just about consistency. Yeah, the mechanics, when he makes those mistakes, it costs him and he loses games because of them. But when he hits them in those situations, it's always good. Now we have Collector, now we have Storm Razor, all in one big old-fashioned buy. You can go Black Cleaver next, or Lord Doms if it's a squishy comp. I think Black Cleaver is generally pretty good. You don't need more damage. And this build allows you to leverage a bit of the auto-attack assassin, sorry, the spell-based assassin build with your, Qs and Rs doing a lot of damage with your smooth animation combos, and also the auto-attack based game style that you get with the Storm Razor, right? Because of this, because of the energized attacks as well, the movement speed from this plus Ghostblade is always huge. Okay, let's watch this. We use that movement speed buff. We see the Yon out of position. Watch this. We got Amelia with this as well, so a nice little helper over here. We've got our ult. We're going for a Furor. Look at the damage of the Furor here. We can use the ult to respace, which of course we do. It doesn't quite it's not quite the cleanest hit over the wall. We can just flash. There we go. Q against the wall. He's getting really good at trying to find these angles for quick Q bounce backs. I think most Graves don't. They try and just shoot it in the open field. Don't use walls enough. Huge damage, guys. Huge damage. And it's such a big win 51-2 that they're not even going to contest. They're going to FF because they can't win. And we looked at the mid game and the late game macro in the previous two videos, and of course I always leave the mid game and late game decision making videos for general purposes in the description, because sometimes it's just good to watch a snowball in game. In Emerald, it will be a different story. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.